Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You guys got here before me. No,
How are you? How are you?
Good. How are you?
So, well, I'm actually getting ready for my cruise that Jessica and Sky and I are going on for Enri this weekend. So, I thought it would be appropriate for me to have. There we go. Or I can have one of my other backgrounds. Let's say Get Fundable. What do we say? Get Fundable
Boot camp.
podcast. There we go.
Let's do the boot camp. So wait a minute. You're going on a coronavirus cruise and taking your staff with you?
With my coronaviruses. So
that's great. And Jessica and Sky are both on your staff, right?
Yep.
Gosh, you are like the best boss ever.
Well, they're working their asses off. Sky, because she's the boot camp coordinator, and Jessica, because we're going to meet 150 Real Estate Investor Association owners, and that's who goes on this cruise. And so for the last 5 years, I've done one of my presentations to them, and that's where I get events, because I go there to do I share with them how their people can benefit, and they invite me then to their RIAs to do a presentation. So,
okay, so you can share that in a minute. I'm going to go live on Facebook right now, and we'll share that.
And who's our third?
This is Scott. Scott's like coming in and out today.
All right.
He decided to, wait a minute, we're going to do this on a page I manage. Yeah. He sent me materials, like to ask you questions.
Wonderful.
Did you get your materials?
Well, my materials, did I Sky, did I get my materials? Oh no, text quiz to, here's this one. Yeah, it says, thank you for registering Marketing Monday. Join us, Meryl Chandler, info at Winsome Media Group. But that's more the login.
Yeah, that's the login. So say something.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Holla at your boy.
What are you reading?
Oh, I'm Scott Carson-Dahl Pennis. I'm not stealing Meryl's show. Steal away, Scott. You know you and I are a Laurel and Hardy when we get together.
That's right. I invited you as a threesome. Don't forget that. How he drives traffic.
That's what she just said.
Is successful.
Meryl, the show pony. Yeah, Scott, you're welcome to come in and play, man.
I did call you a show pony. Did he tell you that?
Yeah, he did. He says, I'm not stealing Meryl's show pony show. I'll jump in a few. Okay, notice, look at see the green F, since it's green on my green screen. So it's now like a hole through the book. See how you can see through the book?
Oh, wow.
Because my book has it. So yeah, that book is, and the back side and the back is green as well. So it all disappears.
Okay. All right. So we're going live. If you have an extra computer, go and hit the watch party, you guys, so your people can watch too. Oh, there we go. We're going live. We're going live.
And by the way, yep. Yay. Hey, everybody in Facebook land.
Hey, got to get rid of this. Make it smaller. Okay. Smaller it goes. There you are. And here we are. Hello, everybody. Look, I'm back on Facebook. I know I got kicked off, but I'm out of Facebook jail, so I'm really excited.
Nice.
And I want to welcome Meryl Chandler. And Meryl's going to talk about, we're going to kind of dish today on how he drives traffic to his very successful Get Fundable boot camp, which if you don't know what we just said, it's right behind his head about 1 million times. Do you like that? Like, did you just flip back your hair?
Yes, I did my coif. Yeah, okay. Actually, the marketing part of this is Brad. I'm the show pony, but we're gonna go for it. We have some great little things that we do and play with. So I'm happy to weigh in.
That's cool. And I did invite Brad to the show, but apparently he was having a baby.
Yeah, I didn't know is he having, when did you talk to him last?
I didn't. Jessica told me. We
Oh,
talk about you all the time. We gossip, and yeah, I know everything about you.
well, nice. Well, we are going to, what stays in the Caribbean or happens in the Caribbean stays in the Caribbean. Oh, hold it, hold it. Ah, look at me. Now listen. Test that. Now listen to that. Hold. We're ready to go.
I'm looking. Oh, were you not on?
Yeah,
I'm
I failed there.
I
But
am
now we
looking.
are. We're
I'm
good.
looking. No, my watch party is not going where it's supposed to be. I'm confused. So
What?
I don't know. Who's chatting here? Just listening. I'm working on my PowerPoint. I'm not stealing Meryl. Oh, that's where you were reading that for. How come
Yes.
there are 4 people on here? Attendees? Oh, Paul Hoyt's here.
Hey,
Okay.
Paul.
Hey, Paul, thanks for coming in. So, for those of you guys who don't know, I'll kind of give you a little background on Merrill and why he's so special, other than he lives in Salt Lake.
Other than the short bus that I take to work every day.
The what?
That's
The
what
short
makes me
bus?
special.
Okay. All right. So, for over 25 years, Merrill Chandler has been a personal and business credit pioneer and the co founder of the Lexington Law Firm. Being dissatisfied with ineffective results of credit repair, he leveraged his extensive knowledge of credit profiles and lender underwriting requirements. He developed a process that could optimize personal and business credit files and improve borrowers' fundability. So he founded Credit Sense to deliver this revolutionary technology to real estate investors, business owners, and entrepreneurs worldwide. In 2016, this is how connected this guy is. His executive team met with the FICO World, who even know that FICO World was a thing, CEO Will Lansing, to review the impact Credit Sense optimization technology was having on borrower fundability. And as a result of that meeting, Merrill was authorized to meet with personal and business FICO score development teams. And after signing an NDA, he was able to ask them 100 optimization questions to better his ability to help borrowers with their funding goals. And that's what the Fundable Bootcamp is all about. I will tell you, Merrill, I went back in May and I went to spy on you because I'm super sneaky. And that spying, I wanted to see how you ran the workshop, but I'm now a client of yours. So.
I know, right? It was like those dastardly plans were spoiled.
They were, but I have to tell you guys, like, credit was not what I thought it was. That was what's so astounding. And I just went and bought a car in December, and I did exactly what Merrill told me to in that workshop, and got like 0% or one, like it's insane. The financing I got was 0 down because I told them which to pull. So
Yes.
welcome.
I'm so happy to be here, Juliet. We are, with an introduction like that, how can I possibly fail, right? So
There
thank
you
you.
go.
And I'm so proud of you for implementing, and that's just the stuff that's at the boot camp, right? I mean, you were able to literally, if we know what we're talking about, if we know the rules of the game, man, we can win it over and over and over again. So I'm glad you got to implement some stuff that actually gave you the very best the financing possible. People don't even know that they're getting taken advantage of out there.
I know. So I'm fiddling over here. For some reason, our live doesn't seem to be showing up, and I don't know why. I'm sure people are seeing it here, but it just doesn't seem to be keying up so I can do the watch party. So let's get into it. One of the things, the reason that I started to spy on you was because I heard that you had this incredible online workshop and that you were, Scott said I'm a Chinese spy. I'm the other Chinese spy. You're so obnoxious, dude. So I went to spy on you because I had heard you had this hugely successful workshop. And I wanted to see what you were doing. And most of all, like how you were getting so many people there. Because there were, gosh, I want to say there were like 40 people there that day just on the workshop I was on. And like, that's pretty incredible for a paid workshop.
Yeah. I can't tell you all the ins and outs. First of all, we have a fascinating subject matter, right? People are it's about solving problems, and so we have framed everything from the very first email somebody gets, a podcast they listen to, from my book. It's all about solutions to what is a vital problem in the entrepreneurial, the real estate investor, note buyer, real estate environment. So the first thing you got to do is have something that people want to, that people want to hear. Secondly, you have to have for me, you got to have a spectacular team, because me by myself wouldn't be able to do this on my own. But with the right tools, with the right people who aren't yes men and yes women, who make sure that I understand the ideas that we're looking to implement, it's way more successful as a collaboration than as a dictatorship. So I've changed my way of running a business to be influenced by people that now I trust with my life. But we have channels, right? So we have the Get Fundable Facebook page, which is kind of our big, that's our big push out into the market. So there, I'm doing a Facebook Live, building, and I give props to Brad for all of this. I wasn't on Facebook until he's made me. And so now I'm on Facebook all the time. So, but giving content, right? I used to give little blurbs about, hey, we're over here doing this, or hey, I'm doing this over here. And he goes, no, that goes on your Instagram story. He literally framed it all out for me. Those things go on your Instagram story. Valuable content that is actionable go on Facebook, on a Facebook Live, both written content, etc. So we have a cool schedule set up on, if I pull my whiteboard over here, it's all framed out of what we do Monday through Friday. And so we drop a personal, it's like they're like stories of my life and how and ways in which I am trying to use a metaphor of my life. Like I just did one on river running. I love running rivers, and how we run into the rapids of our life, right? So I write one of these. We send them out as part of our campaigns, and I come to find out that they're hitting people in the heart, right? Which is what they're designed to do is communicate from person to person. Whoever has the most authenticity wins. It's the bottom line. And again, Brad has taught me all of this, but I usually don't have a problem being genuine and authentic. I've
met you. Yeah, you don't.
In the same room.
Sometimes you're too authentic. No,
I'm a little balls out sometimes. Yeah, it can be. I have been known to be a bull in a china shop, right? Yes. Where I'm just crashing through, and not even intentionally, but I do. Anyway, I write these articles and I put them once a month or once a week into our Facebook group. And then we do a Facebook Live, like something like current event, like Equifax. They found out the Chinese, were kind of looking at all the Equifax data breach. So we did a thing on that, right? We're saying, here's how this current event can impact positively or negatively your fundability. So I give it a 5 or 10 minute Facebook Live on that. My podcasts, we literally do all of my podcasts to Facebook Live, because some people don't listen to podcasts and some people don't listen to Facebook Live. So I simulcast my podcast to Facebook Live, and then we record it and upload it in our podcast group with Tracy and the crew. So, and then when one gets published, I think we're a month out or whatever on the podcast. A month later, when they podcast or when they announce one, we drop that in and send people to the podcast. So they get access to the same content about a month apart from each other. And so every day I'm doing something to to our fans, right? My fans, my crew, our funding hackers. I call them my tribe, and so I'm always engaging them. Every week I do a Facebook Q&A. So we collect questions from Facebookers, and then I go on for half an hour, 45 minutes, and every week I'm doing a Q&A Thursdays at 4:30, and I'm engaging and I'm reading questions and sharing questions. So that's a lot of detail to say it's valuable content in Facebook, and we'll grow into LinkedIn. When we've mastered this one, we'll start publishing into LinkedIn and publishing into Instagram, etc.
That's cool,
So
because I think LinkedIn's where your audience, you're really going to maximize there.
yeah, I believe so. And so, and here's a key for anybody who's listening. It was, I learned this one a long time ago, and it has served me my entire life. If you, let's say you have 20 leads, right? And you're trying either a new pitch, a new email, a new boot camp idea, anything, you put them in order of importance, from most important at the top and least influential at the bottom. Then you flip the list upside down and you practice on the ones below, so that by the time you get to your biggest audience or your most influential audience, you've got this thing dialed. So that's something I learned decades ago, and I implement it in everything I do. But get your list, flip it upside down, and practice where there's going to be you can afford to practice. You don't want to practice on your most important lead or your most important source or your most important group, etc. So it's all about content. It's 100% about engaging with meaningful content where they get to know you, right? My funding hackers, my tribe, they get to know me. And then I have up on my window 2, maybe 3 times a week, I have my Facebook up on the window, and I'm just commenting on people's things. I comment on people who are commenting on ours. We're also developing our Dream 100 so that we can, and so we, the intention is, as we grow that out, is to build more influence there. And so podcasts, I'm on lots of podcasts, and invited as guests or otherwise. I've used some of Scott's strategies to be a guest, and then bring their audiences, like bring guests to my podcast that can bring awesome value to my tribe, and their tribe would be introduced to our people. So it's influence. It's just getting out there. And I'm, like I said, I'm a show pony. Everybody else does the work. I just love what I do. I'm a genius at what I do, and that's the only thing I'm a genius at.
Oh, that's not true. So I do have to give Scott Carson a shout out. You guys saw him a couple of weeks ago. Scott has a methodology for getting yourself on podcasts and stages. Right before we got on, I booked my, get this guys, 20th speaking engagement of the year. So Scott, I'm giving you another shout out. You're
mad shout out. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is like ingenious. So I've been booking away using your methodology, and I know that Merrill is using it as well and getting himself booked and out there. So tell us, and I know you do this mainly through speaking, how you drive this traffic, because I have actually seen you work the room at Magnify Your Wealth, and most of the people in that room signed up for your workshop. And I know it's more than just your energy, because you're crazy. Like, you're hard to watch on stage. You've got like ADHD big time.
Truly. Well, first of all, to get people there, what you saw at Magnify Your Wealth was what I call a preview, right? And online we have a web class, and every week like people can sign up for Get Fundable web class, and it will give them an opportunity to watch this 1-hour presentation. And the 1-hour presentation is designed to basically teach, because everywhere we go, every level that we do it, we're adding value. We're actually giving actionable intel. right? And so that's part of why it's popular, or why people, we have a really great sign up rate or engagement for the boot camp, is because in 1 hour, if I can bury them in actionable steps, strategies, tactics that they can walk out, never see me again, and they do that, and they know they could be successful in doing that, then they're going to believe that a 2 days with me is going to be 16 of those hours. And so part of it is energy, but most of it is conviction. It's, I deliver high value content with nothing. You've seen my clothes. It's like I give the damn thing away. My boot camp, I give away, right? Because the whole point is that if one person tells another person, you double your content. If one person tells two people to go to it, you're now exponentially growing your influence and audience. So my attitude when I get up on stage is, in everywhere I go, it's like, how can I give you something that's going to be meaningful to you and not ask for anything in return? There's no expectation. I'm doing this because, damn it, you deserve to know just that you've been blowing yourself up for decades on how to, in your funding opportunities, right? You don't have to. So let me hook you up. There's so many strategies. That's what my solutions coaching is all about. That's what the boot camp is all about. But if I can give them 1 hour and bury them in knowledge that they are unaware of, then then they're going to be willing to consider more, right? And it's just that willingness. I have clients who sign up 4 years after they attend the boot camp, or 6 months after they after they see a web class. They watch 3 more web classes and then finally come to the boot camp. I don't know what it was that triggered them. Sometimes it's the situations of our lives, but I do know that there is, if we deliver something that they can actually, 3 years ago, I looked up the piece of paper. My goal for my company was to give every person something at every price point and trust level. Give them value at every price point and every level of trust. So podcasts, free. Come and listen to 72 of them. If you like my personality and you like what you learn, then buy the book. The book is free. You just pay for shipping. Then you go to the boot camp, right? And then if you want fast opportunity to get funding, then our solutions coaching is awesome. But I give them something huge at every level.
That's so awesome. And you guys, I just want you to understand, this is not credit repair. That's what I think why most people avoid it, because they're like, oh, I can get it repaired anywhere. This is not credit repair. This is, how do you match your profile up to get automatic funding in a huge way? And so automatic funding, I just want to tell you guys, when you apply online, like for a Chase MasterCard, and you apply and right away you get an answer, hooray, you've gotten $100,000. Which probably most of you didn't get $100,000, but you get that answer, your card's in the mail, yada, yada, yada. That's what he's talking about getting for your business, avoiding the bank loan process by having this spiffy,
automatic underwriting,
clean, automatic underwriting. So here's one of the things I found, Meryl. When I was listening to your content, I found as a woman, I'm probably at a disadvantage to compared to men as getting that, because I have so many names out there. I think when we did mine, I had about 7 different names because of, and I've only been married one time. I just want to preface that so you don't think like I've been married.
She's gone
times.
Through them like swimming.
Yeah, use them and abuse them and get them out of the way. No, but I actually, I had several variations of my name with maiden name, middle name, I think I had 7 different possible profiles that we had to get cleaned up. And I would imagine that most women are like that because sometimes we use our maiden names, sometimes we use our married names, sometimes we. So
Yeah,
it's
you'd actually be surprised because the multiplicity of profiles, men have. There are usually 5+ variations, men and women. Women
really
automatically have an opportunity because of a married name or otherwise, and if they divorce, they retake their maiden name, then there's that turnover. But men, because we use our middle names or we don't use our middle names or middle initials. And remember, even though the identity profile is so important, it's like that bullseye, you're still fundable if you hit the target. The question is how do we get fewer and fewer identity variations so that automatic underwriting software can do it doesn't do work because these approvals happen in 5 seconds. But in fact, when I was at FICO, I have to say this, when I was at the last FICO World last fall, they were advertising like the approval, the return on the software was in milliseconds. It was like 17.6 milliseconds. I'm like, guys, borrowers don't care about milliseconds, right? So, but that's what they're advertising, right? Because they're trying to tell lenders how fast we can get the onboarding process begun with a new cardholder. But that's the point. We want to narrow down what we look like, right? What that perfect borrower profile is, which does include as few identity variations as possible.
Yes, yes. And I just want to mention when I went to get the car has a whole different FICO scoring system, which I don't like because it makes you look bad no matter how high your score is.
Yeah. Did they use Experian 3? Did they use which one did they use?
I have no idea. All I know is they came back and they said, this is I think there was a 900. Yeah, like this. And,
Yep.
I had in the 7s and they, I'm like, what do you mean that's not a good score?
Yeah, because it does go to 900, which people don't know that your mortgages go to between 308, 300 and 850, but auto loans, bank cards, etc., go between 250 and 900. That's the range of scores. So it's not the people are wondering, why do I have a 6 or an 870 auto score? Well, because it goes to 900. So you're doing well.
Very good. So Scott sent me over this plan because I know that you've said you're kind of the show pony. So, and we couldn't have Brad this evening. Did Brad have his baby or not?
I have not heard. He would tell me that I'm headed to the hospital, but I have not received that text. But it is imminent.
Okay.
And what's funny is Jess and I are leaving for the Caribbean, so he's now got the company by himself, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. So Scott Carson sent me just so we could kind of go through, and I think you've mentioned a lot of these already. Like, what do you need to have that online event? So did you get this, Meryl?
Yes.
Cool.
I have the I'm looking at it right now.
So I want to go through some of these because I want you guys to understand this is a 60-point pre-marketing. Like, you have to have a lot of stuff together to have
this is awesome.
successful.
Once again, Scott kills it.
Yeah. So, and Scott just had an amazing summit with like almost 300 people there online with, you did the Petrapod in it.
Yeah.
And I was a speaker. So I just want to go through these because I know you have so many of them. So website, ClickFunnels, lead pages. I know you have that because you do great ClickFunnels. Your whole academy's ClickFunnels too, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Hosting a webinar, sneak peek, you kind of do that with your.
Yeah, that's our preview. Yep, that's our web class.
Weekly. Facebook event promotion.
Yep, 5 days a week.
Wow. Okay, you guys, are you listening?
And it's something different. Yeah, and it's something different. It's written sometimes. It's a Facebook Live. It's a podcast being dropped in. They're all different ways to communicate.
That's so cool. In fact, you gave me a great idea here. I'm going to start doing my podcast live.
Absolutely.
LinkedIn, that's one word, Scott. LinkedIn event post. So you guys post over on LinkedIn.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, you do. Okay,
That's
yeah,
Sky,
because that's
yeah.
where your audience is. We got to get you on LinkedIn Live. Eventbrite, multiple cities. Do you do that?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, I
I-
don't do that either. I don't know. That's a Scott thing. He's all
Okay.
over the place. Offer reduced price to current clients, members to bonus them. Yeah, I don't do
Yes.
that. Do you? Do you really?
We offer, well, no, we offer all of our, when you become a client, you get lifetime access to all to the Funding Hackers group, the tribe, Credit Sense, Insider Secrets. So you get it for lifetime. So but we send it to them so that they can bring their friends and family and send them over to us as well.
Okay. And now that you mention it, I do sort of do that. Once you're in the Facebook group, you get access to everything, no matter if people are paying for it or not.
Correct.
Okay. Zoom name signature. I don't see that on yours, but I have it on mine. See that text there to quiz?
Yeah, Juliet Clark. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, mine just says Meryl Chandler. I should say I should call it, what is it? High performance fundability coach.
No, you know what? You need a text word.
Yeah, we haven't implemented that yet.
Okay. Well, Brad will, I'm sure. That was one of those things you came home from the live event like,
Yep.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. Sure. Extra early bird pricing.
We have what we call event pricing. So if you go to my website right now, the ticket prices are $197, $397, and $797. And then event pricing, if you've watched a preview, if you're Scott Carson stuff, Aaron Young stuff, when you follow a different link and you can get pricing, you can get the event pricing. So once you attend one of the events or the web class, so there's kind of a retail, and then there is the event pricing.
Cool. All right. And I do similar to bump pricing, $1 to $20. Now I know Scott does this really well. I've never done it.
Yeah, we have a bump for, like, you get the audiobook and you get some ebooks. When you buy my book, we don't have a bump yet on boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't implemented it yet. Our intention is, but on the book we do, and we have a great conversion rate from it's basically $8.77 for shipping, or $45 because it's a $37 bump, and they get all these awesome things, and we have a 50% bump rate for because they want all the goodies that we're offering.
Yeah, that's cool. So you guys, if you don't know what the bump pricing is, the 1 to 20 that Scott has on this list, you can buy a ticket for $1. The second person gets it for $2, $3, $4, up to $20. So it's pretty cool. You can sell a lot of tickets very quickly.
It's a great way to find out if you're starting off a new event on where your kind of ticket price value is for your clients. We started off brand new and extra early. We've done it and had it go all the way up to like $250 on a training thing, and then of course stuck at like $90, $95. Whenever you see it bump up by $1, or you can start it at $20 so that it's then 21, 22, 23. It's a pretty easy thing to do through Stripe. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to correct that.
No, that's okay. No, that's awesome.
It's okay. Okay. So I haven't done it. Create an event manual PDF with clickable links, schedules, bio, sponsorships, ads, features, all of that. And yes, I have done that. How about you?
Yeah, mine. I have 317 pages of slide actionable materials. Workbooks, all that are in that they get when they attend the boot camp.
I remember I was trying to download it and print it and do all the stuff at the last minute. Okay, email blasts. So you need drip campaigns. You guys have those?
Yes, we have not. We haven't. We have a huge database of, well, not huge. We got like 20,000 people have expressed interest in getting a strategy session over the last 5 years. We have not emailed them yet because we're setting up the nurture campaign. We're setting up our soap opera series. We're still in the take care and build a relationship development mode. So we haven't started those drip campaigns or nurture campaigns yet.
That's cool. But you bring up a very important point. You guys, if you think you're going to do this with clicks, you're out of your flippin' mind. This is all relationship building. So
It
you
is.
actually have to talk to people. And I just had a conversation. It was lovely last week. Somebody had me on to talk to their coaching group. He actually took my quiz and had me tell his audience, his coaching program, in front of him what I saw inside of that quiz. And what we found out is that he doesn't have those income producing conversations every single week that he should be having.
Yeah.
So you've got to have them, you guys. You got to get them set up. Okay. Love this one because I just started doing it with Scott. Use Zoom link creators to individualize lead gen sourcing.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so Meryl's not doing it. What it means is like if you, and correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, on Zoom, we can actually track when people are signing up because there's a different sign up link, registration link for Facebook than there is for LinkedIn, than there is, I don't have a third platform that I go to because that's where most of my people are, but I can tell how much traffic I'm getting from each source by the registration.
So Zoom allows you to create 20 individual different registration links to customize. Like we had 20 speakers on the Mass Media Podcast. Each speaker had its own unique Zoom link to give out to their audience to market to. So we could see on their free ticket giveaways who actually shared the link and who didn't actually share the link. So it was a great way to see who actually promoted your event and who doesn't promote your event. So it's just an easy thing within Zoom. Yeah.
I promoted.
You did. You were the
Wow.
second. You were the second or third highest promoter for the event.
Really?
Oh,
I
that's
hate
awesome.
coming in second or third. I'm so competitive. Give me another chance.
Nice. Nice.
They saying there's a chance.
Yes.
But like I use it, what's really good is like I have a webinar every Monday night. I'll post it to my YouTube channel so I can see when he clicks off my YouTube community. LinkedIn gets a different link. Twitter gets a different link. Facebook gets a different link. My email's a different link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there you go. You see that? You see that, folks? You see that light just go off there?
Yeah, I can
Hey,
see like
Meryl's like-
Meryl's scrambling, like, where are my assistants? Are you listening? This is,
I know everybody's off for President's Day. I mean, I'm here by myself.
oh my gosh. And you know what's so funny about that is when I saw you at the live event, you were like, why didn't we bring Brad?
I know I'm not the implementation guy. In fact, I'm sending up Scott's thing to Brad right now because I'm like, this is not actionable intel for me, but it's genius.
Okay, so the next one, YouTube videos with links, end cards, keywords, and description links, which I just started doing, and I'm still not good at setting up end cards. I need Scott to tape that with me. But are you guys doing that?
What's an end card?
See, that's the
Apparently
same
not.
question I had a while back. An end card is actually when you get to the end of the video, there's an actual card there where it can appear in the video, either a link to your website, a link to a playlist or a preferred video that YouTube selects, or it can give them a subscribe button to subscribe to your YouTube channel.
And that's live there because we on the end of our videos we put a bumper with information, but it's not clickable. It just says
Yeah,
go to.
you can use YouTube Buddy. Here's a great source for you, YouTube Buddy. And I think you have to have the upgrade version, but like I just went through and it manually copied the same end card and same end card and button on all 562 of my Note Closer Show podcasts.
Okay,
Damn.
that's a definite thing you're gonna have to show us how to do.
Buddy.
And by the way, Scott, can I just ask how much do you pay for all these tools you use? Because I'm every month because you have so many tools that automate. Oh, now he pops on.
I'm finishing my PowerPoint. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Good. Glad to have you.
So here's the thing: is I budget about $500 a month for the different things that I do. And TubeBuddy, I use it also. It'll help you come up with a better keywords for your YouTube video, so that you can put that in the description. You can identify. It'll also tell you, hey, this ranks in top 10 pages, stuff like that. So you can use those keywords in there. It can also help you automate posting in your descriptions or other links that you want to post on a continuous basis. So the tools save me time and then drive generation. So like we've seen an average of starting to see double traffic since we started using TubeBuddy literally 2 months ago. And so I'm seeing, instead of seeing about 4,000 4,500 hits to our YouTube videos on a monthly basis. We've already experienced that already in the first 17 days of February.
Damn.
So
Wow.
Okay.
but these little tools add drive, and then in all, it's about you, okay, giving value and having links in your description to go back to something that they can click on and then monetize it and build that relationship online and give before you have the jab or the right hook to ask them, you know?
And,
Yeah.
and his tools are so cool. He has me using one on LinkedIn right now. I started the year with 4,000. I noticed I was up to 4,825 today, and I've booked 20 interviews / speaking gigs off that. So his
Off of
tools
off
work.
of YouTube
I'm
or
sorry,
what?
off of LinkedIn, which that's where most of my audience is. So he's like, that's why I'm asking, because I'm talking to Hanny Mora and using like, what is it, Repurpose, and he's got like, Scott has so many different tools. That's why I was like, how much do you spend a month doing this, dude?
That's a better question for Stephanie, because she usually gripes at me like, what did you spend now? You know?
That's so funny. Okay.
So, but the thing is to use them, and then like Meryl, what she's talking about is using octopuscrm.io with LinkedIn, and we've gone through a little bit with that. When you get back from your double dipping coronavirus weekend,
Yes.
talk more about it. Okay.
Yes. I'd say
Yeah,
so.
because I use Jim's real estate investor podcast list. I had 221. I sent out the emails. I did a 1-minute video. I'll send you it all to you. And so far, I've had nothing. Absolutely
Here's
nothing.
the thing: 80% of sales comes after the 5th contact. So if you've only sent 1 email out, you still got 4 to go, brother.
Well, I need to know what that series looks like then.
I'll call you.
Okay.
Call me when you get back. You know I take care of you.
Okay, cool. And
You
when
got
you
it.
and when you get back, what's the incubation period? I don't want to see you around Salt
19
Lake
days.
for like a year. No. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
This is awesome because we're all about the nurture, but anyway, continue. This list is awesome. This is
Okay,
brilliant.
so this is Scott. You might have to jump on YouTube community. I don't have that. Do you have that, Meryl?
No, we don't do anything to YouTube, right? Well, we share a video, I believe. I don't know if I don't know if that's on our list. I know it's on our LinkedIn list to drop our podcast.
Just a few months ago, YouTube, you have actually 947 subscribers to your Credit Sense YouTube account, Meryl.
Ooh, that's way more than me.
Well, see, and we're moving everything over to Get Fundable because since we'll end up in the credit repair categories,
Right.
and since we don't do that, we end up in a backwater. So we are building the Get Fundable, and that's part of our second quarter. LinkedIn and YouTube are both our targets this year since we've gotten Facebook down pretty well now.
Yeah. Well, YouTube gives a lot of people either channels like you have the ability to build a community and then post something on the community, whether it's a photo, a poll, a link, a preview video. It's just a way to reach out to your subscribers to let them know. So I do see that you have had a discussion on your YouTube channel, Credit Sense there, Meryl, but it was 4 years ago. And it was just a test.
Hey,
Probably an accident.
we are live, and see, this is the whole point. I will do anything anybody tells me to do. Figuring that shit out. Sorry.
That's okay.
Figuring that out. Oh, that's where we lose me. That's where I become, the Tin Man.
Okay, so just listen to that, ladies. He's the ideal husband. He'll do anything you tell him to do. No, I'm just kidding you. All right, so
as long as my wife is a marketer, yes.
Okay, so creating 3 ticket options. We all do that. Having the general admission, VIP, and backstage all access account.
Yeah.
So all 3 of us do that. That's awesome. Okay, infographics for each speaker. You're the speaker at your event, Meryl, so you wouldn't really need that. Scott, you did a great job with your summit. I don't usually have people at my workshops, but
Here's another thing that you can do as well. If you don't have any speakers, create an infographic for each session and say, hey, we're going live on this specific session. Is something you can do. So like we had 21 speakers at Mass Media Summit, so we made sure and we had those infographics go out beforehand so the speakers could use them, but we also set it up that we rebroadcast those via buffer to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn 30 minutes prior to the speaker session with their Zoom, customized Zoom link. I said, hey, you want to get a sneak peek to what Meryl or Juliet is talking about? You can click here, and then we can see if we tag them. In
I am so overwhelmed right now, and every one of these ideas are spectacular, and all I can do is show pony. I am overwhelmed because it will work, and I'm sitting here and I'm keep writing all this stuff down, and I'm like,
it's in your inbox, Meryl.
what am I going to do with it?
It's called delegation.
Brad has a list.
Sky.
Brad's got it. We're doing this for
I
the
just
audience.
gave it to Brad.
Okay.
I just emailed it to Brad.
So discount codes. This was a huge way that you drove traffic, Scott, because my people got half off. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to create discount codes for your speakers. You may do it 25 or 50%. You can, I think I've got discount codes in there for a variety of things, whether it's in groups. And this is one way that some Facebook groups that I really wasn't big in, but allowed me to promote there because I gave them their own custom affiliate code.
Got it.
So they were willing to promote it there to their group, even though it was a similar group, because they were going to get paid on ticket sales off of that. So that was a cool thing to do. And you can change that up. I usually will do 50% of my speakers, or you may drop it down to 25% or something like that. But
right.
Always, every live event, here's something that's not throughout that. You probably should still charge at least $97 or more, because if you do discount it, you still at least $50. Still,
right.
If you did 50%, but still something tangible is better than zero. Zero has no value.
Okay. So we're not going to get through this whole list, but next one, you did this really well, Scott, and you do this really well too, Meryl. Posting to social media, tagging speakers, tagging people involved. I love Meryl's event because his whole staff's involved. We get to see them all on video, and they have this really great relationship. He is so great at the way he treats his employees. So just thought that.
Cruises.
Thank you.
I know.
Yeah, actually, Scott gave me great feedback. There was one time when Brad was gone, Jess was gone, Sky was the only producer, the only one at the back table, and he was like, "Yeah, you need a little more interaction because Brad, when he comes around to the front of the stage, Jessica, now that we're on Zoom, we've done 2 boot camps now on Zoom, and so they can weigh in even from their homes because we make them officiators or whatever you call it. So
panelists like you guys are
thank
right
you.
now.
See? Wow.
Okay. Let's see. Meetup groups. Do you do that, Meryl? I don't do that. I don't care for meetup.
I don't. I work with the RIAs, like national
real estate investment. Yeah,
real estate investment associations, but I don't nurture them. We just hired a new marketing assistant to help Brad on the website and Jessica on the event side. So I'm now out of the marketing business, and this new assistant, crackerjack. It's going to be fun. So we want to build relationships with all of these, the Think Realty guys. I mean, they gave us the list of all their NREA contacts. Didn't do a thing with them. So not a thing.
Okay.
So we want to build those relationships.
Okay. So I'm going to skip a couple here. Facebook Live videos in groups. Everybody, we all do that. Something
every day.
Affiliate discounts for large Facebook groups. Scott just mentioned that. The LinkedIn messaging list with Octopus CRM. That alone, you guys, is just amazing. I mean, I can't believe all I'm getting from that. And it's super easy. I just literally roll out of bed in the morning, get it started. And by the time I'm back from the gym, it's done. And I have people in my inbox connecting. So you'll get that. You'll get that.
WTF MF.
What does that mean?
This is a PG-13 audience.
Oh, okay.
What the freak marketing freakers?
Yeah.
There
right?
we go. Okay. LinkedIn lists 2 lists with LeadFuse. Is this another one of your funky little tools?
LeadFuse is another source that will harvest LinkedIn connections and LinkedIn actual lists on there. And then you can make it require, when it does a list pull, that it can require an email address, which is harder these days on LinkedIn. but it also pulls their Facebook profiles, their Twitter feeds,
Ooh.
along with phone numbers sometimes. So we've used a lot of this to make connections in banking. If anything, then we can pull that list and export it and then upload it to Octopus CRM to customize. So LeadFuse is $99 a month. It'll give you 500 leads per month that you can use, and it rolls over. So if you don't use it this month, you'll have 1,000 next month. If you don't use it next month, you'll have 500 next month.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, does LinkedIn have a like a similar Facebook Live feature where
it's not available to everybody yet. It's only and you can only do it to your business page. You can't do it to a personal page. So that's the thing. But LinkedIn allows for you to upload either long videos as a link, or you can upload short 10-minute videos relatively easily, which drives traffic to things like that. So like I'll just share the YouTube video links on it, and then I can upload a short 10-minute video to show.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're being very selective in their rollout of LinkedIn Live. So.
Right.
Yeah. I actually, I've been rejected a couple times. It's horrible. No. But no, I've applied a couple times and I haven't gotten in, and we have live shows. So I haven't quite figured out why, but that's good to know. Let's see what else. LinkedIn Navigator list. I don't personally like Navigator. I think it's expensive and hard, like not very profitable. So I'm going to just.
You don't have to like everything.
Yeah, I don't have to like everything. Speaker email blast to the list. We all do that. Networking to local BNI groups. I'm not big on BNI. Do you guys do that?
Yep. I did it a while back, but I have higher yields since mine's all online that I do more Facebook. Not Facebook. RIAs is kind of my live event.
If you're doing something local, definitely I would, head up. It's worse. There are worse things. So the beautiful thing about a BNI group when you go in and attend in person is they'll give you the roster. So you can add 30 to 50 people to your database every morning or afternoon if you're going to it. So like I added 286 people in my local community, names, phone numbers, emails, and their niches by just attending, and I got to pitch what I did for a minute and then connected with people, and it led to a couple clients signing up. So the beautiful thing is you can go to BNI.com and find all the different BNI groups in your market and see, they'll tell you where they meet at, when they meet at, how many people they have. So you can target the bigger list or the bigger groups there and maximize your time.
Got it.
Okay,
Nice.
I'm skipping some things here because
I'm here. I'm at the seminar. I'm not sharing. I'm the one who's sitting here being the proxy for all the listeners going, that's a really good idea. I'm going to write that down.
Okay, so all of you are Merrill Chandler for a day. You're inside his head. Are you frightened?
Yeah, that's not pretty.
Roll.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Okay, so
It's like a pinball machine in here.
Okay, so here's one, and we probably have to wrap it up soon because Scott has his own show. Craigslist events ad. I've never used Craigslist.
Ever.
Yeah.
Well, at least not for this.
So here's the thing. If you have an event, post it in the bigger communities on Craigslist in the bigger cities. We've used Craigslist for years. Like especially here in Austin, Texas, when I was working with a local realtor here, we would go out to the Betty Blue Hairs, the older realtors that don't understand marketing, take walkthrough videos, post those videos to the Craigslist real estate in like San Francisco, San Diego, LA, and it would drive people calling us to learn about buying that house. We'd book them as a buyer's rep and then get the commission to sell without having to show them a single house. They'd buy sight unseen. So we use this also. I've posted different online events. I'll go through the 40, 50 major cities in the events page and post, hey, we're having an online note weekend. Learn real estate investing in 8 hours with me. Free event or online event. I don't say free event, but online event. And I will give a special code. Use code Craigslist or San Fran so I can track where they come from.
Got it.
Okay, so before we go further, do you want to share with us what you got off of Craigslist?
You're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You had this look like I'm not sharing.
Yeah.
Was it a dating? Was it a dating? Were you getting catfished on Craigslist?
Yeah. He said furtively. No, just kidding. I just know Craigslist has a notorious relationship, and I've never done anything notorious in my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wish we had like a button or your nose.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
That ain't even bullshit.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit right there.
Right? Your nose is growing, dude. You need to be on a Geico commercial. Okay. Facebook, Instagram, that's pretty okay. Create intro, outro videos. I'm running out of things here. I see Survey Monkey. Don't use Survey Monkey. Use RSBQ. So I'll just right there.
What,
Use
what's RSBQ? Is that yours?
yeah. Use that instead.
We have that, right?
Well, yeah, Scott, you don't have that yet. What's wrong? Don't mean to
The
put you on
thing is I don't even know. I know we do the quiz. Again, I'm not.
Yeah,
that's why we hired a marketing assistant, somebody who's Brad's strategy, and then I just kiss it goodbye.
Yeah.
I gotta
Put it
go.
to use.
I'll see y'all later,
Me
everybody.
and Brad
Hey,
did it.
hey,
Thanks
have
for
a great
stopping by,
Monday night at National
Night
Note
in
Night.
America.
Yeah. No
If
night
you
in
would like-
America.
If
Huh?
you would like the full list of 60, I actually put it up on a slide share. So everybody that's watching this can go to, actually, hang on here. I actually have a link if they'd like the full list.
Okay, so post it down below our Facebook.
Go to eventpromotionplan.com, and that's my slide share, eventpromotionplan.com.
Seriously, this list is so big, we could do like 5 shows with this.
Yep.
So,
This is great. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks,
No
guys.
joke.
See y'all later.
thank you,
Okay,
Scott.
enjoy.
So, Meryl, where can you have a podcast. What's it called?
It's called the Get Fundable Podcast. So you can find it under Get Fundable in any of your podcast sites. You can also go to getfundablepodcast.com and it'll drive you straight to our to our replays, the blogs. We put all the graphics in. You know how I have all kinds of technical details that I include in the blog version. And many times I have a monitor behind me where I'm walking people through, my liars, cheaters, and thieves. I go through and do a takedown of a website where they're lying on the website about business credit or about, all that type of FICO scores, all that stuff. So getfundablepodcast.com, getfundablebook.com to get a free copy of my book, and getfundablebootcamp.com. Ta-da!
Yay, we've got all of them. And check out that boot camp. You just said something I was going to send people to. FICO scores. Talk about FICO scores real quick before we go.
All right. So there 90% of all credit decisioning in the United States uses FICO score modeling, right? FICO risk assessment. 90% or higher, depending on who you're talking to. But so if it doesn't say FICO, then it's not a legitimate score. And Credit Karma, 80 million people subscribe to Credit Karma to get to make decisions about their credit health, and it's a fake score. Lenders do not use that score to make decisions. And so many people are paying $19 to $30 a month for credit monitoring, and you're getting a fake score. So it really FICO is what lenders use, and if you're not using a FICO score, and the place to find them is go to myfico.com. FICO sells its own credit report and 28 FICO scores. 28. So if you want to know the truth of your situation, your scoring, your mortgage scores there, your auto scores that we talked about are there, your bank card scores are there. 28 consumer-facing scores, and these are legitimate FICO scores that lenders use. So myfico.com, get your credit report, find out the truth of it, and then in my book, I actually say, order your credit report so that you can understand the next section, so we can go through, because I'm walking you through literally the section. You have to go to the boot camp, you have to have your MyFICO credit profile, because everything we go through depends on your FICO score and how you stack up against underwriter guidelines. So yeah, there are fake scores out there, guys, and Credit Karma is the biggest liar, cheater, and thief out there. In fact, I have one of my own things that Scott uses.
You have what?
Scott has his little sound effect, so that's mine. Liars, cheaters, and thieves.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard
guys
that.
go check out the Get Fundable Boot Camp. Getfundablepbootcamp.com. You're like a school teacher with that. Class, be quiet. Class, be quiet.
Class.
Unless you went to Catholic school.
Thank you for having me join you here. Like I said, I love marketing, but I'm the guy who I'm not the strategist, right? I'm the guy who says, yes, that sounds like a great idea. I don't know what to do about it. So
Yes, but luckily you have Brad, who is amazing. I think I asked you if I could steal him and found out I couldn't. No.
yes, you're welcome to try. So far, yeah, he's a genius. And like I said, we just hired a new he and Jessica. I didn't even interview her. I'm out of. It is such a beautiful thing when I'm not in charge of hiring decisions or any of that stuff. I'm specializing in content development and making sure people know that that it can be different for their lives. That's my job, and I'm really, really good at it. I don't want to do anything else.
I don't blame you. I'm a good delegator, but I have too many expectations. I've got to tone that down for my staff. So I could be better at doing that. Meryl, thank you. I hope you come home from your trip without the coronavirus. It sounds like fun.
I promise I will.
Okay, cool. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you next week. And I don't even know what it is. I just know Tracy will be back.
I'm thrilled. Say hi to her. Bye now.
Okay, bye.